Man, oh man, I'm so impressed. All right, guys, let's see now. What are we looking at? Codex, what are you doing? Yeah, man. Chop, 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 chop. Market, I mean, that was down 600, now it's down 400. So, man. Well, guys, I can't believe it, but I'm not getting any alerts right now. So there appear to be some bets being placed about this NH, obviously, with earnings after hours. I mean, that's a great break right here. Great break right here. But the bets are being placed that the reaction is going to be good. All right, did Trill come out and say that we don't know why? Oh, I see. They already did that before. Okay, we should confirm it's not aware of any information, etc., etc. Okay, I'm just looking at that release. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, now I have to do, don't have to, but I want to, do my video today. So I'll be starting it in just about 2 or 3 minutes. What I'll have to do on the YouTube feed is just mute myself in the room and mute myself on the YouTube feed. And then we'll resume. All right, guys. Well, it's amazing. I have no more alerts coming in. When I say that, oh, wait a minute. KRMD from yesterday. KRMD from yesterday. That's a nice little break on the 15s right there. That's still, boy, still alive and kicking. That was a big, big move it made yesterday. But look how choppy it is on the 5-minute chart. All over the place. What's the spread? That's not a bad spread. 2-cent spread, actually. All right, guys. So I will be doing my video. What a week, Larissa. Yes. What will Monday bring? Okay, guys. So we'll see you at around 150. Probably a little earlier, but just in case something goes wrong technically, I will see you around 150. So we're into the home stretch. Into the home stretch. What do we got left? 151 right now. So checking out previous. So the fetch is still looking okay. I mean, it's pulled back. Actually, it's pulled back quite a bit. 50 cents FTCH. I don't know. You'd really have to be committed on this one for the trill. That's a big pullback. I mean, I know they're trying to deny. L-I-L-I-L. I do it again. Lilak. Hate those 5 symbol ones. One of the 1,000 Liberty stocks coming into maybe a support area. 14. Well, that's far enough away. Starting to drift down. What's the market doing? Oh, yeah, okay. Of course it is. No, I don't think it would surprise anybody if we have another 1,000 down day by the end of the day. Are they really? LVS. Let's take a look at LVS. I'm sorry, that's a casino. Sorry. CCL, yeah, it is a little bit up. GVA, Granite. Okay, this could be interesting. I mean, obviously it's not a lifetime low, but let's see. We have to go back to again 2012 before we see these levels. Takes out 20. This is probably going to be in the watch list next week. I mean, it's already come from 28 down to 20 in about what 7 trading days. So, but if it takes out 20, it's another psychological number area for it to get through. And LDL. Okay, another really interesting one. Underneath the whole number, underneath 12 now. Had earnings on the 25th. Big, huge down day. Tried to rally a little bit this morning, up way up to 1320, but now it's just giving it up. I'm just looking to see if any of these crazy virus stocks are starting to move again. I'm sure some of them are. AHPI. The one I really kind of liked was that Codex, but I mean, the minute the market opened, it just tanked. Well, you're kind of chasing it though. Um, like I see BKR and I see all sorts of potential. I think you know what I mean. If it got down through 1580, maybe I think that would be the low of the day, right? BKR. It's on the watch list as a potential short, but of course, like just like yesterday, they all bounced. Or at least most of them bounced. Sogo. Now, Footlocker's actually had a great day in the face of all this. Released earnings. That's a great day for Footlocker FL. Didn't start out so wonderfully. Boy, this fetch from the AI did very well. And in fact, I see it got alerted in two different strategies within Holly Neo. The first one was, your basic momentum play. The second one was on a pullback. By the way, Vicky, if you're still in the room, no, hardly any alerts from the under 20 today. I only see one, in fact. Only one. Okay, so Erwin, the next test drive is not quite 3 months away, but I can give you a link so that you'll get notified exactly when it's going to be. We don't have a date yet. If you click on, if you can click on the links, you see where it says next test drive. I'll pop it in the room for you. Basically, just fill that out, and then you'll be notified as the date, probably within a couple of weeks before it starts. But it won't be until May or June. February, March, April, probably in May. Yeah, we do them 4 times a year. All right, we are now entering the final hour. All right, guys. So that now there's only one positive sector, barely XOP energy, but XLE, you know, and where's OIH? So remember, these two were positive a little while ago, OIH and XOP. Now nothing is positive except barely XOP. Okay, Gecko. Is it possible to set up TI to give me an alert if two or more indicators? So give me a specific example. We have filters and alerts, obviously. If you have filters, they are ands. So in other words, you know, I want the price between this and the volume like this, and it has to be up a certain amount, and. The alerts, they are ors. You know, tell me when a stock is made a new 5-minute high or a new high for the day, or, you know, all the alerts are ors. And when you say an indicator, yeah, so give me a concrete example, and I'll let you know. It doesn't sound like it, but if you give me an idea, I'll be able to help you maybe. Of course, I'm assuming you can hear me. Oh, I see. Yeah, so the RSIs are only filters. So I mean, yeah, no, I see what you mean. No, no, there is no way to do that. Not simultaneously, no. I mean, you can obviously have the RSI set up for a minimum of 65 and a minimum volume of 100, but that it's going to be a filter. It's just going to show you stock, so it's not going to show you. Yeah, no, it's not. So they're not available. Yeah, you can't do it. I'm just really thinking, but you can't do it like that. Keep an eye on this LDL. I mean, it could, as long as the market keeps moving down, this LDL could keep moving down. What do they do? Gasoline engine and engine. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye on this. February 25th earnings, horrible, horrible again. Actually, this is the reaction. It was post market on the 25th, so this is the earnings reaction right there. Well, FI Studio Lord, I am, or FL, if that's an FL. I cannot say I cannot recommend or not recommend. I can't do that, but I'd be awfully wary. I mean, look what they're doing. You know, I mean, one news release saying, "Hey, we've got it covered. We've got a vaccine, or close. That's going to destroy them all." And then you're right. Hey, we've got many, many more cases showing up. It's going to cause them to go up. So way too emotional, in my opinion. But so I cannot advise you one way or the other. Even if I had a great idea, I can't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. How do you think the people who bought VIR you know, in the pre-market at $85 are feeling right now at 40. You know, it's just way too emotional. Kindred Biosciences. Now this is one that has not shown up. I don't know if they're involved in that any of that, but I haven't seen their name showing up before. See, the problem with trying to swing one of those is where you're going to put your stop. You might want to put a stop at a certain place, but I mean, if the news comes out negatively for the virus stocks, which is good for humanity, it could blow right through your stop. You know, you may not, you know, let's say for argument's sake, you have 500 shares or something. You might get 20, you might get a fill of 20. All right, so there's that BKR you were asking about shorting. Wow, BKR now is taking it out. It took out that low. But the problem is that you're chasing it. Look at that 5-minute chart. You're just chasing it down. You're chasing it on the 15. I mean, yeah, it's made a new low, but real would say probably let it bounce back up to the 8 on either, and then see what happens. The 8 EMA, that's that orange line there. Boy, this is really ripping here. I didn't see this at all. And this had no action whatsoever in the pre-market. KIN, nothing. Nothing in the nothing after hours yesterday. Nothing in the pre-market. You know, just kind of drifting aimlessly. And then all of a sudden, the last 45 minutes, look at this. The volume has really picked up. Well, it's not so much a cure, you know, but if somebody says we're getting close or something like that, or the number of cases starts to drop, I mean, you know, there's so much different news that can come out that can destroy a trade like that, or incredibly help a trade like that. I'm just not a gambler. Now, if I were going to do it, you know, I'd take maybe 50 shares or something of one of them, and hey, if it goes up $20, there's $1,000. Great. I'm seriously considering shorting this LDL. Just watching how it trades. It's probably trading more with the market. I'm looking. Look at the SPY right there. That's at 15. There's the 15. It looks very, very similar to what the market is doing, and that's the problem. You know, you try to find stocks that are those alpha stocks that don't really care what the market is doing within reason. All right, little pop here for CVGI. Well, guys, I'm just kind of cruising into the close right now. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be doing anything. The LDL is the only one that has a little bit of my interest. Oh yeah, I mean, look at AHPI. I mean, it's gone from not 20 to 28 in about an hour, or that's 20 minutes. And in fact, it's halted. Yeah, I'm just going to put myself on mute for a couple of minutes. All right, I'm back. Let's see what this company is doing. So, Passage Bio, PASG, they actually did their IPO today under super adverse circumstances, but they did it. It's still it's above the IPO price of what was it, 18 or 19, something like that, at 18. So it's still above the IPO price, which is a miracle. You have Goldman and JP Morgan behind it. LDL, guys, I did take it in my last trade of the week for sure. A little bit spready, 7-cent spread. Got in at 85, 86. LDL shorted at 86 average. So we'll see what happens. I won't be hanging around this too long, I don't think. No, I appreciate that, PJ. I'm gonna have a great weekend. I know that. Just a second. I'm just talking with the developer of the room here. Just a minute here. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm just watching. Obviously, just going to watch the LDL. I'm not going to hang around too long. This has to really break down. Change the alerts condition, like above price or below price. Luis, I'm not 100% sure I know what you mean. I mean, that sounds more like a filter, but what do you mean exactly? Oh, you're talking about on the price alerts. You're talking a price alert. Okay. So, oh, I see. Okay. So, well, when you're on the chart, so if you basically select create price alert and it's either going to be long or short. Okay. So I guess if I put my cursor here below the price, it assumes that I want to go short. It assumes that. I could say long, maybe on a pullback. I could be setting that up for a pullback play. But if I set my cursor up above the price, then it's going to automatically think I want to go long. Does that not make sense? Okay, good. You ask easy questions, Luis. I'm glad. Well, when I say easy, there's an answer. Sometimes there's no answer. But actually, guys, in thinking of that, for those of you who like to play pullbacks, you know what? I have never tried that, to be honest. So let's just do this for fun. I'm going to set a price alert right here, but I'm going to call it come on, I'm going to call a long. Okay. So now what I've done is I want to go long this one. If it pulls back here, I want to be alerted to it. All sorts of ways you can use trade ideas. TPC. Yeah, well, obviously some news on that one. That was not a, oh no, it was a volatility halt. Apollo Global in bid for U.S. construction company. APO. Close to $17 a share, approximately 17 a share. So what's happened here? Yes, the screen is being shared. So if you can't see my screen, Lukey, you should be using Chrome as your browser. And then you have to disable the hardware accelerator. And then reload the browser. You know how to do that? Or, as an alternative, it's just that you cannot post in the YouTube feed. I am streaming live on YouTube also. Okay, try Chrome. There's no interaction with traders in the YouTube feed. That's the big difference. So yeah, so try Chrome, and then you know how to disable the hardware accelerator? Go to settings and scroll down to advanced, and then find the hardware accelerator and disable it. All right, so this LDL trade is starting not to work out. It is tracking the market too much. I'm going to have a little more patience with it, but it's basically where I shorted it at 1186. But it's starting to track the market a little too closely. Also, I mean, the volume is not great. For it's good. I mean, 2.6 times normal, but it's a low float situation, 16.9. For an $11 stock, that's pretty low. This VSTM, which was very active in the pre-market, there's the pre-market high, so it's getting close to the pre-market high, VSTM, about 5 cents away. And guess what? They are nothing to do with the virus. Just saying that's a new strategic direction, accelerate the development of its clinical or advancement, etc., of their clinical programs, but nothing to do with the virus. The watch list down triggers longs instead of shorts in B plus. Ah, I think I know what you mean. You loaded them. You loaded them in, so you see them here. Okay, so you probably what you forgot to do is in the watch list down. So you click on it and edit the trading strategy and make sure you selected short. It probably says long, which in this case wouldn't have been too bad. But so if you do that, I'm sure it'll say long instead of short. You just have to check short and then say okay. Was that the reason? Let me back that up in case you didn't see. So again, right click on it, edit the trading strategy, and select short. I'm sure it says long. That's the only way it's taking them as longs. So just click on the short and then say okay. Okay. Well, but if you kept it on long, you must have made a lot of money on those because they all bounced. Just like yesterday. Maybe not all, but nice to hear. Well, I don't know if you played bounces or you went short, but congratulations. Good stuff. All right, guys. iMac. This is not iMac. Not iMacs. iMac. I don't really. I mean, I know it's going to sound crazy, Cal, and that's one reason why because I do get the odd email, people willing to pay me to be a mentor. I don't have a trading strategy in that I'm waiting for certain crosses and certain things to happen. I mean, I'm all about. For me personally, I just like stocks that are very close to making new highs or making new lows for the day, and then I just look to see what pattern they're coming from. And we're taking a look always at the daily, weekly, monthly chart to say, okay, here's a stock that's near the low of the day. Near the low of the day, how much further can it go? So that's why I have this big daily, weekly, and monthly. People ask me what my most important time frame is. I would argue that it's these three. Because I mean, all my alerts here, these are all stocks either making new highs or new lows for the day. So I don't have to worry. Okay, I'm out of the, just a second, please. That got me out of the LDL. I'm all out of the LDL, basically flat. The spread got crazy too. So I don't have to worry about intraday resistance, because I'm always all the stocks I'm looking at are kind of right near the high or the low of the day. So that's why I'm just looking at these charts here. So how much further can it go? In theory. Now it doesn't mean that just because a stock makes a new high and it's 20 candles up and it's making a new high doesn't mean I'm going to take the trade, of course. I'm also loving stocks just over or underneath a whole number, basing a little bit. I might give this LDL one more kick at the cat if it tightens up the spread a little bit and gets into the 70s. The other thing is that I have very tight stops. Now, sometimes, it means that I could get stopped out of situations relatively quickly, but I can always get back in. I mean, commissions are so cheap. But you'll rarely, unless I do something really crazy, you rarely see me taking big losses. Now, when I say big losses, I'm talking about, I'm not talking monetary, I'm talking more, you're not going to see me taking like a 30-cent loss on a stock. Now, the other thing is that I like the stocks under $20. You'll rarely find me even in the AI looking at stocks greater than $20. And the reason being is that obviously those are the types of plays, especially if they have volume that have the potential for the biggest profit percent or percentage profit. But that's not a recommendation at all. All right. To finalize this week, let's just talk a little bit about Brokerage Plus and what you can do and how you can use it. So Brokerage Plus, this is part of Okay, Luis, I'll show you how to do that. So you're talking about when you manually my play money? Oh, I have no idea, Jeff. I have to understand that you're talking about in the simulator. I would have to be watching this a lot more closely than I can. Okay, so it's the results are skewed. If this is all I were doing, just doing simulated trades, and I could concentrate on it rather than being tugged in all sorts of different directions. My P&L in the simulator would look a lot better. Okay, let's take a trade here on IMAC, Luis. So watch what I do. What's the market? Okay, I mean, it's just a little guy. Let's take 300 shares, buy right at the market. Okay, so I bought right at the market. Now I can put a stop in. Say 90 cents. I'm going to put 90 cents in both the stop price. I don't know if you have to do both all the time. I just do. And then sell. Okay, and now you've just added it. So you see what I did? So I just put the price in price and stop price and click sell, and now it's added. Now it's right on the chart. And of course, at this point, now I can do it whatever I want with it. So obviously, I mean, if the trade starts working, so I'm saying we don't have. I guess the trailing stop doesn't work. I know it's one of the selections, but I wouldn't do that anyway. I would just start moving this line right on the chart and put it in areas that make sense. Like a trailing stop to me is an arbitrary, trailing stop of 5% or 2% or 1% or a certain dollar figure. To me that doesn't make any sense. I'd rather put stops in areas that make sense. Where there is some support, such that if it went through that support area, that's where I'll get stopped out. Yeah, that's unfortunately the Dreamer. That is special for me and me alone. The reason they did that is people were, when we first started this new room, not complaining, but remarking that it was difficult to see the symbols on the chart. So they gave me the ability to have a bigger font and different colors. You do not, unfortunately. We make no bones about it. This is not a full-blown charting package. So, you know, there are limitations. For me, it's perfectly fine. But that's the answer. And of course, I can get out of the trade anytime I want. You know, I don't have to wait for the stop. So I'm in this. So I again, I just as practice. Just a second, guys. All right, something's happened to my feed. Just a second, okay? Because I'm looking at that iMac. It should have taken the trade out, but it seems like on the chart it's still stuck at 102. And I don't know why. Oh, I see. It did take it out finally. All right, indicators on the chart. Well, I can only go over. There are ones that I don't like. Don't ask me about the Donchian channel, but I mean this is what you can do. So you can VWAP. I don't know if that works on the chart still, but the volume, SMA, RSI, multi-period high I've never really used. I've never used the Keltner channel. EMA I use. Donchian channel I don't use. Average volume I don't use. What would you like to know other than that? I can show you what I do on my charts. You know, I have the 8 EMA and the 20 SMA on all the charts, and here's my volume. You don't see those. You right click, indicators, what do you see? Yeah, okay, I have a feeling I know why. I'm on a development version. So what you must have SMA and EMA, right? What do you have? And volume, you must have volume. How about the VWAP? Okay. The rest of them, yeah. So I mean, I'm in a development version that has. I mean, again, I don't use them. I don't have any idea how to use these. When I say that, I mean I'm familiar with the Keltner channel. I'm familiar with the names of these, but I don't know how I would help them. I don't know how I would use them to help me in trading. But as far as the EMA, yeah, okay. So I wouldn't worry about it. It's obviously not. I don't know why. You only see them because I'm in this super duper secret development version. Okay, that's the only reason you see that. It's like this. When I click on new, and you see all this stuff, you guys just go down to Brokerage Plus, and all this stuff is all sorts of stuff that I don't use, but it's just part of the development, the developers package. Yeah, I mean it's info at trade ideas.com. Send in the suggestion, okay? Better coming from you guys out there than myself. Guys, VSTM looks like it's just taking out almost the pre-market high. Almost. 260, getting very close to the pre-market high. That could be very interesting. Look at the room it's got. Stick an alert just. Keep an eye on that. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to take this trade. It's a little too late for me to do this, but this could get interesting. It could start to really run here. But you know what? It's not a low float, so I don't know how dynamic it would be. And so, but it has 73 million in the float for a $2 stock is quite a bit. Okay, so I'll just continue on with Brokerage Plus. So Brokerage Plus, order entry window. It's a simulator, paper trader, okay? It basically uses our real-time data. Now, you can use it to trade. If you have an IB Interactive Brokers account, you would connect. But what I'm going to describe here is all to do with paper trading or trading in a simulated mode. So, you click on an alert, shows up. You pick how many shares you want, the price you want to get in at, and are you shorting, you sell, if you're going to go long, you buy. Hotkeys, getting out of positions, flatten, half your position, double your position, or reverse. Okay, so Cindy, yeah, you have to be using Chrome as your browser. You have to have the hardware or your hardware accelerated. You have to disable it. Okay, you may have done it before, disabling the hardware accelerator, but Chrome had an update about 2 days ago, and it turned them all back on, unbeknownst to most people. So we went through this all day yesterday with people. So you have to check to see if it's disabled, or have to disable it again, even if you had done it before. Okay, and then you have to reload the browser. Yeah, only for those who did not have the hardware accelerator disabled. Otherwise, you should be. Well, only for new people. Gus, hopefully. Only for new people coming into the room. I have to say that anyway, for new people coming into the room. Most probably, I think the default is having the hardware accelerator enabled. It was just confusing for people that had been in the room for, months. And they had known to do that, but they didn't realize that it had been automatically enabled. All right, so that is the simplest way to use it. Click on the alert, fill in this information, but what I always recommend, why not set up what we call one-click trading? So now you look at VSTM, you want to trade it, so you look at the chart, you like it, so you go back, right-click, and hover over the trade VSTM, and then this box will pop up. I believe we have some defaults that we created for you, but you can create your own. So in other words, you can pick how you want to trade it. So I've got I have some buying and shorting options. So all I would have to do is just click on it, and then it would trade it. Now, how to create these? So you have to go to the Strategies tab within Brokerage Plus. Make sure you have that open. If you don't have the tab, just click on New within Brokerage Plus, and here are all the tabs you have. One of them being the Strategies tab, and you click on it, and then this will I think there are some defaults that we give to you, but here's what you can do. To create your own, you have two ways to do it. Number one, right click, new trading strategy. Give it a name. Is it a long or a short? Cal. And now, here are some tabs. You can fill in as much detail as you want in these tabs. I'll show you what I do. You don't have to follow suit, but I'll show you what I do in my watch list up. So in the entry time, I delay it for 15 minutes. Okay, so I will not see any alerts in my watch list up or down until at least 15 minutes after the market opens, just to try to let things settle down a little bit. Order details and risk management work hand in hand. I recommend that you use a stop loss, position sizing based on a stop loss. This is just a drop-down menu. And in the simulator, I'm risking $100 a trade. So if the trade goes against me, I don't want to lose more than 100. I can always get out earlier, of course. But that is my risk. And the limit offset of 10 cents, basically what that means is, if I get an alert for ZIXI at 1329, it could be, you may not be able to, even though this is real time, and even though you'll see how I can actually auto trade the entry, hey, the stock might be moving fairly quickly, so you can't get it at 1329. So how outside of 1329 are you willing to go? So in this particular case, I'm willing to go all the way up to 1339. Now, rarely does it do that, but that's just what my offset is doing. And then risk management, I'm using a stop. Now this is a special custom stop, but you guys can always try out the Smart Stop or any other one. I mean, don't ask me to explain them all. There's tons of them there. But the Smart Stop in dollars, it's generated by our system. And so with that in mind, with the risk management and the order details, you know what? You might be right, because just give me a second here as I continue this. On the whole time, I don't have any. I like to manage the exits on my own. Yeah, I have a feeling that we might have some lag here. It just started. Yeah, we do have some lag, guys. So I know. Remember when I was trying to get out of the, what trade was that? Well, this IMAC trade, and I noticed it had already gone down through my stop, and yet there is a lag right now. There's something going on. It's not normal, no. It just started about maybe 10 minutes ago. Yeah, the charts are definitely lagging, because I'm noticing here that VSTM now is at 263 or something, and the chart is stuck here at 257. Yeah, so don't rely on our charts right now. Yeah, they've stopped. Okay, now. See if that's right. No, that's not right. Okay, so we're definitely behind, guys. So just if you're in a trade, do not rely on the trade ideas charts right now, okay? Yes. Yes. Charts, they don't rely on the trade ideas charts right now, okay? The charts are lagging. Well, that's okay. Well, let me check Amarin. Guys, are you seeing a lag on everything? Because I'm not. I just noticed Amarin. Is. Yeah, it might be. I'm trying to figure out if it's just certain symbols. Let's take a look at LDL as an example. 1199. No, that's lagging too much. Yeah, it's everything. Well, the charts always lag. Not the real. I mean, it's supposed. I mean, real time is real time. So when I click on an alert, and it's a real time alert, it's real time right on the chart. Now, if you watch it though, it'll take. It will only refresh every. I think it's 8 seconds now, which I know it sounds crazy, but it's not that big a deal. But I noticed it when I tried to get out of that IMAC trade, and I could see that the price really had gone down below my stop, and yet the chart kept saying 103. So, I mean, I knew there was something wrong there. We haven't had a delay in like that for a long, long time. Now we have several servers, so it's possible, like, because I'm talking to the other Trade Ideas traders, people who work for Trade Ideas, and they're not showing a lag, but they may be on a different server. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to shut the room down at 3 unless there are some questions. Otherwise, I will shut the room down at 3. What a week. No idea what's going to happen next week. What's the market down at 690 right now? So a little rally, maybe. Yeah, we added way too many subscribers during the last test drive. All right, everybody. I think I'll just shut it down now. What a week, though. What a week. I am whipped. I am absolutely whipped. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for the great week. Lots of fun, lots of fun, lots of action, which is what we like. So I will open the room Monday morning at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I did not say that. At 9 o'clock. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will see you in the trading room Monday morning again at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.